Hello, I'm in my seat where I've been sat for every one of these videos since the reboot. And we've watched episode 4, Stones of Blood. So, now, let's be perfectly honest. There's things about the Stones of Blood that don't quite add up. And I think it tails off a little bit towards the end. I mean, courtroom dramas are always good, which is what we get in episode 4, isn't it? And Tom is doing a fine job of sort of camping it up and poking holes in it. But it doesn't quite have the tension and the suspense that the first lot has. In fact, it's strange, isn't it? Because you would anticipate an upswing in the tension and the drama of it, given that it's a courtroom, given that the first episode's been good. But actually, the further away we move from the stone circle, I think the more the story starts to lose some of the energy and the horror, I suppose. It's very bright and clean towards the end, whereas the rest of it is not in any way bright and clean. There's also a weird... What was Vivian Fay doing? What was Assessor of Diplos trying to do? Aside from hide, I'm fine with that, but the start of the story with the druid stuff and the wanton killing of chickens, presumably, and goats, maybe. Why? Don't get any of that. Maybe she was just enjoyed having power. I'm going to get this nice flashing tree in the background, because that's quite cool. There's also, and is this a stretch? Now, tell me if I'm stretching too far, Dr. Collins. Both myself and my wife, I think, we both felt that Vivian Fay and Amina Runtford were having a relationship of some sort.
I would say so.
And Lib would say so.
Deeply romantic.
Well, whatever.
Enjoying each other's intellectual conversations, having scones.
I think they certainly had a lot of scones and probably visited other National Trust properties. But it was actually quite sad at the end. I mean, and I'm sure it was Vivian Fay's cottage, wasn't it? So Rumford's been living in Vivian's cottage, which would suggest there's a...
I assumed it was...
No, I thought... Anyway, we'll check that out. But that's quite sad at the end. And it's not played for laughs exactly. There is a moment. I mean, I can't remember the name of the actress who plays Rumford. I think she's sharper than that. The true sadness at the end of this story, though, Rumford should have gone with them. I really feel...
They should have let her in to see the TARDIS.
Yeah, we could have had a quick spin around the moon at least, couldn't we, just for the lols? But I really feel that both Bakers, Colin and Tom, are doctors that would benefit from an older companion. I think that would be a really interesting dynamic. And I think Romana as well. That'd be a really interesting dynamic to have in the TARDIS, isn't it? You know, a highly intelligent young Time Lord with a more primitive but far more experienced Earthling. That would have been a really interesting thing to do. Far too controversial for this. And it would have worked in this season as well, because the whole Key to Time thing, we've got to the end of the third story now. Can't help but feel... I know, because I've seen this before, but, watching it through this time, surely there was ways of linking these stories together more effectively, having things spill over from one to another, having Amelia go for the next adventure, having her as a companion for the next story. How ace would that have been? That would have been proper cool. Anyway, all in all, I've really enjoyed the Stones of Blood. I really think that going back to this sort of country house, National Trust scones groove works supremely well. And it's a bit of a throwback to Hinchcliffian Gothic horror, whatever that means, because I don't really know. I am an English literature student, honestly. But yeah, I think it just... And it's weird, isn't it? Because often when Doctor Who mashes two random things together, that is a recipe for success. But there was something about the shift in tone that didn't quite hold up. I wonder if it had been the other way around, if somehow we'd started in the spaceship and then went... Anyway, it was good. I'm overanalyzing this. We had a good time watching it. It's good. It's just a shame that some of these threads weren't pulled a bit through a bit more. But there we go. See you next time.